The title of this discourse makes an implication to the untrained mind. It implies that one should not be a partial human, and that he should be a complete one. The question, however, is not based upon shoulds or should nots. The question is genuine and pure. There is nothing right or wrong about being a partial human. There is nothing right or wrong about being a complete human. It is only a matter of which of these resonates at the deepest level of your being. I will delineate some of the differences between a partial and a complete human being. As these differences are described, more implications will make their impressions upon untrained minds. It will look and feel as if you are attempting to be swayed in the direction of becoming complete. There is no attempt to sway anyone. It is just that it will likely be difficult to bear the quite catastrophic deficiencies and hardships that the partial human will be forced to endure once these are held directly in front of his face in raw and unadorned form. If you seek to be a partial human, your path will be the path of prescriptions. You will avail yourself of the multitude of brightly colored pills and ointments that this society manufactures. You will attempt one prescription after another in the name of self-help and health and spirituality. You will be stricken by the diseases of fear, anxiety, pain, pleasure, disappointment, hope, anticipation, worry, happiness, sorrow, striving, chasing, failure, confusion, intellectualization, disingenuousness, untruth, lies, guilt, grief, malice, jealousy, pride, envy, and the mental chatter that will never end. You will sprinkle ointments upon these wounds, tumors, and chronic diseases of the mind in hopes that they will get better. And when they do not, you will grab the lifeline of hope that the world has given you, which says, just keep practicing, one day it will work. Why do you believe that such a disclaimer was invented? As a partial human, you will be lost in the miasma of right versus wrong, good versus bad, spiritual versus evil, moral versus immoral, correct versus incorrect. You will give decades of your life in exchange for a temporary and incremental improvement. You will take pride in such incremental improvements when they arrive, and you will drop to your knees in sorrow when they leave. For although the incremental improvements have gone, the decades of your life will not have been returned to you. You will discuss intellectual concepts with your peers. You will delve into spiritual concepts as well. And the reason you will discuss them is because in your heart of hearts, you know that discussion is all you really have. You know in your heart of hearts that none of the things that you so intently discuss will ever be a part of your living experience. And then you will die with questions that have not been answered, having lived a life in which, even on your dying day, you never came to know the truth and never managed to arrive at freedom. If you seek to be a complete human, you will have succumbed to anxiety, sorrow, striving, confusion, pain, pleasure, and disappointment. But these will not be your permanent state. You will have the eyes to see that prescriptions are not your path, for they have not held you in good stead, that they have abandoned you in your time of need. If you seek to be a complete human, the path of truth will be available to you. The mind will fight you, but it will eventually run out of fuel. It will not be able to survive in its kryptonite, sincerity. You will learn the truth behind the conquering of involuntary thought, and thought will eventually leave you without you having to do a thing. When you need to think, you will think. When you do not need to think, you will not. Pain, pleasure, anxiety, confusion, sorrow, disappointment, and all the rest will begin to dry up like leaves in an easterly wind. They will become a thing of the past, for they are a part of the mind, and the mind is no match for the truth. If you seek to be a complete human, you will begin to see things as they truly are, without the pains of needing to have them as you would like them to be. For it is these very preferences that perpetuate the pain that you experience. You will not see yourself as you once did, for your self-image will begin to disappear. And when it does, you will become as powerful as the wind, impenetrable by any assault. You will become as nature intended for you to be. You will avail yourself of all the powers it invested you with, and you will become complete. You will become the living embodiment of the fact that man is God, rather than the lowly creature who pretends that he is not.